Hey, I'm Guy Wood of Harlem Haberdashery and 5001 Flavors, head designer. We're sitting here at 245 Lenox Avenue at Harlem Haberdashery with Louis Johnson, my partner, business partner. Okay.
Tell us, when did you get started in this industry?
I got started in this business 20 years ago as a designer, making custom clothing for celebrities.
Who were some of your celebrities that you worked with?
In the beginning, I worked with Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, LeBron James, Prince Marky D, Heavy D.
What was the sense of style that you had that impressed them so much that they wanted you to dress them?
When I came to the gentleman, with my sense of styling, dressing the gentleman were just giving them what a man would want. So I would almost, most guys, when they're dressing for the women. But I gave them a sense of style that how we would want to look for ourselves coming as a man. So it was a little different, you know. I know body types and I know what could work and what couldn't work. And then they liked the style that I was, what I was wearing.
And what is 5,000 Flavors?
5001 Flavors is our custom clothing line, which we've done it over 20 years. That's the brand that you come in, you get something, you custom made, you get measured, and then we make it for you. That's that.
And I'm Louis Johnson, trend specialist at Harlem Haberdashery and co-stylist for 5001 Flavors.
What got you started in the industry?
Wow. What got me started in the industry was having a love for fashion, watching the ladies who raised me dressing every day, all day, so that kind of got my whole mindset, like I want to be fly just like my mother, I want to be fly like my grandfather, things like that. So I started sewing at an early age, started in 6th grade sewing, and just kept going all the way up.
And how did this partnership come to be?
Our partnership actually came to be when I was styling artists off of the Bad Boy label and off of LaFace Records. Started going to 5001 Flavors to get custom clothing made for my artists, for the commercials or anything that I was working on. It was always best that I go and get somebody who knew flyness, who always knew how to make, whether you were big or small, folk look fly. So I always would come, give Shay a call, meet up with Guy to go designs and just get custom pieces made for the artists at that time. When I stopped working with the partnerships that I was in at that time, I asked could I step aboard and be a part of the 5001 family, and that's now 17 years almost. So I've been there pretty much running with them.
And so name some of the celebrities or clients that you've worked with that have influenced your branding process.
Okay, some of the celebrities and artists that I've worked with that have helped me mature in my style, educated me on better flyness was Farnsworth Bentley, Dre 3000, I would say Kanye West. Even when the ladies come to board, I look at anybody from Lil' Kim who kind of helped me find the sexiness without being raunchy sexy or ratchet sexy back in those days. Faith Evans, Puffy, of course, for all-time sexy. I'd have to say Puffy because he was pretty much a great influence. And then again, I have to always go back to my founder, Guy Wood, Andre Harrell, Tommy Hilfiger. Those were cats that I was working with, and they were educating me as I was styling them. So that's how I actually got the education, and I keep striving with more and more education daily.
Why did you guys pick Harlem to be this hub, this flagship store?
Well, the reason why we chose Harlem, me and my partner, my business partner, my wife, Shireen Wood, we chose Harlem because we both raised in Harlem. We were born and raised in Harlem. So there was no other place we can do it but Harlem. This is where we love, this is where we come. Our kids are in Harlem, we're part of the community. So this is why we chose Harlem. Louis, although he's from the West Coast, Seattle, the Dreary State. I'm just saying. So we had to do it in Harlem. My business always was based in Harlem. So we had to have our store in Harlem. Harlem Haberdashery wouldn't be Harlem Haberdashery if it was opened up in Soho as the first store. Now they could get the second store, maybe the third store, but they can't get the first store. Harlem is where we're from,
What is the significance of this building?
Yeah. The reason why we chose this building, 245 Lenox Avenue, it's a very important building. Brother Malcolm X used to live in this building on the second floor. So this building it just has that aura. As soon as we walked in it, it was like, this has to be our location. It was down, it was low, you can't really see it from the streets. That's just how we are. That's what 5001, that's what Harlem Haberdashery is. You have to know about us to be a part of it, to be a part of the movement. It's not just in your face. You got it, it's a who's of the business. And that's how we like to keep it. So we definitely chose this building for that. And that's the building where he leans out where he's looking out the blinds, the curtains, any means necessary, the shot that everyone's seen all over the world, that's this building. So it was monumental for us to be in this building.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening on August 18th?
Well, August 18th actually is going to be really a salute to this young man who has about the biggest love for vintage, antique, but fly vintage and antique cars. So it was an idea that came to focus instead of being way up the road, showing cars with a million other cars, why not just bring ours and make it a whole separate party? So this young man here will be having his first annual car show. And I say first annual, I know we don't say annual when it's the first time, but we're gonna make it an annual, so I just want the folks to get prepared. Full of nothing but classic, antique, vintage cars, with the owners of those cars speaking and educating people on anything from the interior decorating to the motors to the tires to whatever it is that maybe we didn't know what went into this car, getting it fly like it is, so on and so forth. So that day on the 18th, we'll be in partnership with another one of our brother companies, which is Harlem Shake, the Coxum family, who have been very great friends to us since 5001 has been in this neighborhood, so we'll be partnering up with them as well as some other sponsorships, and we'll be having a great day of celebration in spirits.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
And the other thing that you guys have lined up is for New York Fashion Week. It doesn't matter if it's here or somewhere else. I just wanted to, you are going to participate, even if you open up the store to let people shop. Talk
Correct.
about it.
Since Harlem Haberdashery has formed, we kind of kicked off the store brand by doing a fashion show about a year or two ago on the Intrepid. With that fashion show, that night opened up eyes from here across all the way into South Africa of the flyness that Harlem Haberdashery by 5001 Flavors brings. So it was kind of like a must do for each fashion season following that, at least if we didn't do another show, such as the September when we did it at Marcus Samuelson's Red Rooster. We're going to do it again this year, but this time it's really going to be about the specialty, the designers that are all placed inside Harlem Haberdashery. There's some other things that we have drumming up, but again, it will be the flyness and the flyest party will be here at Harlem Haberdashery. And then again, it'll just be focusing on our upcoming future fashions, from our fall to our resort lines, our travel lines. So we'll be showcasing a lot of things coming forward this September.